Namaste. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our practice of yoga tonight on a Wednesday. I love when I finish with yoga or when I started with yoga. Actually, I love doing yoga. I'm going to share with you very quick because we don't have much time before our practice. But I just want to share with you about yesterday. Oh my goodness. Yesterday, I wake up. You know, when you wake up and you are not yourself, when you are not feeling, yeah, that was how I wake up. Really like, wow, didn't want to do nothing. And I had class at 9 o'clock, and I was just like, oh gosh. Really, when you are not in the mood, and oh gosh. And when why I'm sharing that with you, because uh, I feel that is, we are not always in mood now. We're not always like super excited to do things. But then there is this component, which means the commitment, nah? Because I commit myself to do these classes for you from Monday to Thursday, and doesn't matter my mood, I'm gonna be here. But then what I'm just trying to share with you is that remember how what happens after, and that is the thing with yoga for me. Doesn't matter how annoyed I am or distracted or upset before the practice. After the practice, I feel that I am another person. I hope that you also has this feeling. That I hope that this yoga practice also open this other perspective, this other vibration within you. I hope that you reach that every time that you practice yoga with me. And let's start with our class. I think we need other thing in that. Actually, I said that in the video yesterday, and that was honest. In the middle of the, I think more to the end of the video, that how time passed so fast. Gosh, it's unbelievable. Here that for you that you are my student, you know that I always tell my students to bear with me, because sometimes I pass 5 minutes, 10 minutes beyond the time of the class, because time disappeared. No? It's this thing when you are so focused and when you are so into the journey, there is no time. But here is a different vehicle, and here I need to keep these videos as small as possible to be very direct. And wow, that's hard. That's very, I struggle, because if you are my student, if you know how much I like talking to, nah? And then when it's different when you are in a class environment, and when you are in a video I need to be looking, okay, all right, it's already time. I need to be keeping my eye. I cannot really get too much distracted. Now I need to be really following the time like that. And then sometimes it's just like, wow, where the time went? Was that so fast? But I hope that you are enjoying your practice here with me. Thank you very much for all of you that you send me emails. So amazing to hear from you. I am always happy when you send me an email to let me know how is your journey. Now remember that all of this is for you. If it's for us to keep connected, it's for you to keep connected with your practice. Then I am always very, very happy when you enter in contact with me and you share with me what's going on with you. And let's start our practice now, because that is the most important. The most important is for us to experience this beautiful journey that is called yoga. Let's start the practice. You finding that comfortable position. We are entering in our segment in that is the Nada Yoga component of our practice. Here we are working with vibration, with sound. Remember how important is you to participate at this moment. Remember that the sound that you produce is unique, and the benefits that it does within you is unbelievable. You can look in the internet. I'm gonna see if I can find a link, and I probably will put in the description below if I remember. I don't promise, but is about the influence of the sound produced by the person in the cell. Is very, very interesting, and is a study, is a scientific study. What happens, which means the cell reacts to the sound of the person, is a unique connections, a unique relationship. Then I remember to chant. We're going to be working with the mantra Om. I still going to organize that small little video here for you to know a little bit more about this mantra. And remember that the intention of this mantra, and that is as important as you to chant, is for you to know what you're doing. The intention, the mindset is extremely important. When you chant the mantra on, the intention of this mantra is harmony. That is simple as that. Harmony, balance. That is the intention. And within harmony and balance, there is so many different perspectives of that. Peace, kindness, generosity, forgiveness, health. There are infinite possibilities to see this sphere that is harmony and balance. And if you want to set something more specific as your intention, please do that. Let's bring our hands to our heart. Let's find a position that is comfortable but allow us to chant, a sitting position. Our hands come to our heart. For first, we acknowledge the center. First, to acknowledge this place within us, the heart. And observe what are the feelings. What are the feelings that are here? Maybe the feelings that are present right now is feelings that does not resonate really with the core of your heart. Maybe you're feeling anxious, afraid. Maybe you're feeling sad. Recognize any feeling. You do not need to justify this feeling. You don't need to comprehend this feeling. No, just acknowledge. Just acknowledge what is here right now. And then with the sound, with your intention, let's feel, let's release, let's let it go of this feeling that maybe is not resonating with who you are, with your core, with your essence. Allow these feelings to go and feel this space with the heart, with the sound, with your intention for the sound. You can keep your hands there in the heart, or you can release your arms. We will chant together 3 times the mantra Om. And I invite you to continue chanting the mantra Om. On the background of this mantra that I'm going to be chanting, that is all about to remove obstacles and to bring clarity to the mind. I invite you to continue chanting the mantra Om till the end of this segment, till the end of this component. Inhalation. Om. Bhutaganadi Sedipam Kapita Jam Bo Alasaraba Namami 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 Now only recognize this new vibration within your heart. Recognize now what is there. This seed of balance, this seed of harmony. And now respecting this new state, this new possibility, you're going to start to move in direction to your position now to study breathing, for your position of pranayama, for the breathing exercise. For to do this breathing now, you go in direction to your mat that is on the floor, and you're gonna lay down on the mat, back in direction to the floor, and you're gonna bend your knees. Your feet are placed on the floor. Your knees are bended. And very gently, you're gonna just simply start moving your pelvis forward and backwards. Just to start this study of the position of your spine. Even that you are in this very comfortable position, which is a laying down position, there is no much effort there, it's very important that your spine is in alignment, which means that you are respecting the natural curves of the spine. Moving the pelvis forward and backward, you observe the range of possibility of motion, and you observe what difference makes with the muscles of the back. When you bring the pelvis forward, the back is flat on the floor. When you bring the pelvis down, you create this big arch. What you're looking is the pelvis in the neutral position, where you have a small little space between lower back and floor. Once you arrive there, you will end your movement, and then you're going to bring your hands to the area of the chest. And here is like combing your chest from the collarbone in direction to the side. Use the tip of your fingers really to, you like almost you're brushing, like you're brushing your hair, just to alleviate the tension of these muscles. You don't need to put too much pressure. Observe how much pressure you need. And you immediately you observe this release in this area. They start to have a relaxation in this area, and exactly what we're looking for. Then you're going to stop this movement, and you're going to bring your elbow in direction to the floor. The elbows is resting on the floor, and your hands come in direction to the lower abdominals. Chin slightly in direction to the chest. You're going to just alleviate a little bit this curve between the floor and your neck. And now we're going to start the abdominal breathing. Inhalation, abdominals expand like a balloon. Your hands are there in the abdominals exactly for you to feel this motion. You need to be feeling this movement with your belly. And in the exhalation, just allow the air to come out. You will observe that your muscles, they deflate, and which means the muscles of the abdominals, the belly, it contracts in direction to the floor. You don't need to force this contraction. Actually, the work in this particular pranayama is you are making an effort to expand the abdominals in the inhalation, but in the exhalation, there is no effort. And now remember, you do not stop your breathing. I'm going to continue guide you through this journey of the pranayama, but you do not stop the breathing. You are going to be always progressing this study. Now we are studying inhalation and exhalation, and actually in a more focused way, we are actually studying is the muscles that you are using to practice this breathing, which muscles you are using to make effective the inhalation and the exhalation. And that is the lower abdominals. That are the muscles that you are aiming here. There is nothing on the chest. You're not inflating the chest. You're not working with the chest here. You are not working with the ribs. There is no side. It's really focused in the abdominal area. Then that is the muscles that you are working to make this breathing to happen. And now you start to pay attention in the length of your inhalation in your exhalation. Observe if this expansion, if you're really using all the potential of the expansion of these muscles. That is going to be fundamental for the length of your breathing. We are looking for to expand the length. For that to happen, you're going to really need to be using your abdominals, which start to create a very deep and a very long breathing. That's what we're looking for. Remember, always when you're working with breathing, you're going to always be working within your zone of comfort. You really, what I mean by that, a zone of comfort. A zone of comfort is when you one element does not interfere in the next element, which means your inhalation does not interfere in the length of the exhalation. Then you are in a zone of a comfort. You don't need to grasp for air, don't lose your rhythm. They work in synchronicity, not in interference. And now we add the attention to another two elements, which are the pauses. There are two pauses, two kumbhakas, how we call in Sanskrit. One pause after inhalation and one pause after exhalation. And now we're going to start to pay attention in these pauses. And what I mean in paying attention is observing if you can expand this pause also. Start to play with the pause. But remember that zone of comfort. Again, the pauses cannot interfere in the next movement. Then sometimes if you elongate too much a pause, you gasp for air or like cannot even make a proper exhalation. It's not what you're looking for. Remember, synchronicity. Every single one of these components, inhalation, pause, exhalation, and pause, they're working together. Then now we study the circle. Study your circle of comfort. Imagine that this breathing is a circle. Every single part, every single element is a slice of this circle. And it doesn't mean that every single element needs to be exactly at the same time. That doesn't mean that. It's very personal. It's very individual. Actually, it's going to depend on you. Maybe you have a longer inhalation or a longer exhalation, longer pause. That's very individual to each person. Then observe your circle, observe your movement, and start to work with this awareness that create expansion. Just the awareness, just paying attention in the breathing brings expansion of the breathing immediately. And then start to play with these elements. Okay, how far can I go in my inhalation without interfering my pause? Remembering that my pause also, I'm looking to expand, which means sometimes you cannot do a so long inhalation because you need to do an exhalation, almost immediately exhalation. Then start to play with this circle. Start to observe where is your circle, where is your rhythm, where is your pace. Remember that the air is always coming in and out through your nose. And now we're going to enter in a work with the mind within the pranayama, which means you are not going to stop your breathing. Let's say that you are working in this circle. You are working within this rhythm that is in your comfort zone, and you can sustain this rhythm. Sustaining this rhythm, you're going to now bring the attention to your physical body without losing your rhythm. Observe if your body is still holding alignment, that alignment of the spine that we spoke in the beginning of the pranayama, the neck. Observe if your body is not holding unconscious tension. Pay attention again in your chest, in your shoulders. Pay attention here in the area of the jaw. And observe, simply perceive. The other amazing thing is that when you observe the body and if there is tension there, the tension dilute immediately. You just need to bring attention. And we're going to complete our last cycle of pranayama, and that is going to happen, is going to start in your next inhalation and it finish in your pause after your exhalation. Do not rush. Again, here the practice, the study is to hold your rhythm till the end. And even more, put more awareness. Now, here is the mind working really within the breathing, and not only the breathing, but throughout the whole body. Working with prana, with energy, and also working with the dance, with the physical body. Once you finish your last circle, your last cycle of breathing, you're going to start to breathe naturally. What I mean by breathing naturally? Breathing naturally is when you are not interfering anymore in the movement of the breathing. Remember that we're practicing in pranayama. Pranayama means interference, means really exercising. Then you are interfering in one way or another. Now, natural breathing, there is no interference. You don't regulate speed. You don't regulate which muscles are responsible for the breathing. You actually do not interfere in any way in the breathing. It's natural. Now you are just sustaining natural breathing. And now we're going to start with a level that is only within the mind. Let's practice just very quick this state of mind that in yoga we call a whole body, which is called Vijnana Maya Kosha, which the state of perception where there is no interference. It's a very advanced state of mind. Requires a lot of practice. And let's practice this right now using the breathing as a point of focus, the natural breathing. Then what we are doing here, we are looking to the breathing and we are not interfering in this movement. You're not blocking the breathing. You're not regulating the breathing. Let's just practice for a few moments. Requires, if you have done that before, or if you never done it before, you will see it's not easy. It's not something that you can you need to stay there for a few moments to really enter in this state of no interference. And holding this new state of mind that you are into it, we're going to just start in the position that you are here on the floor. Let's just start warming up a little bit the lower articulations. We're going to bring your foot away from the floor and you're just going to start it a circle here just with your foot. Your hands are here on the side of your thighs. Your elbows are still touching the floor. And here, let's continue this work with the mind. Now our focus is our foot, our feet working in this circle. Let's change the direction. And I'm not interfering within the thought process now, which means I am not avoiding any thought, but at the same time, I'm not chatting with the thoughts. My focus is on my foot. And when the mind gets distracted, when the mind wanders, I bring back. That's my work. To be in focus without interfering with the thought process. And once you finish this circle, now we're going to enter with the circle in the knee area. This is amazing work. It's amazing preparation for any type of physical exercise. And really preparing, like show a lot of care with your body, né? Our body is our sacred temple. And the articulations, they are such a fragile structure, so complex. And then always need to be very careful with this area of the body. Then let's change. Let's change the direction. If you have any pain in your knee, if you do this movement daily, let me know. It doesn't change. With awareness, movement with yoga, not automatic movement. And then your attention is there. You're working with the mind. Your attention is there in the knee, in this movement on the knee. And then once you finish here, hands come on the top of your knee. And now we're going to work with the pelvis. Then you are making circles, different two circles, one with each knee. And then you bring the knee in direction to you and the knees open in direction to the side. Knees in direction to you and then opening in direction to the side. Remember that you're breathing, natural breathing in and out through your nose. And now awareness, the attention, the mind is there in the pelvis, in that area. That is where the mind is. Here we start to learn and understand actually the nature of the mind. The nature of the mind is movement, which means even that you have a focus, it will get distracted, it will wander. But our job here in yoga is to bring it back to your point of focus. Let's change the direction. Really working here, bringing your awareness, bringing your focus, working with your mind. That is what is the difference between yoga movement and any other movement. It's the awareness, the state of the mind. Studying the possibilities, studying the borders, really working here with this particular articulation. And then you're gonna end your movement, bring one foot and then the other in direction to the floor. And before we change our position, before we make a transition for this position, we're gonna work a little bit with shoulders and neck. Then for that to happen, take a deep breath. Now focus in your area of the chest. Your exhalation, you release this area and you're going to start to move the head to one side and then the other. The whole weight of your head is in direction to the floor. And you really bring attention in our area to this relaxation that comes from the ears to the tip of your shoulders. Use your exhalation here. Really bring your awareness, your attention to your exhalation. And every exhalation that you make, more relaxation from this area, from the ears to the tip of your shoulders. I could be doing this movement for like hours. Such amazing movement, so relaxing. Now we're gonna stop our movement. The head is in the center. You're gonna turn your body to the side position and then you will come to a sitting position. Remember, every transition is awareness. Every transition that we do it with awareness. Today we're going to be working a lot with our sitting position. We already prepare all the lower part of our body. But if the sitting position, which means the position on the floor, is too challenge for you, you can use a chair. You can do mainly all the movements that we are going to be doing here in a sitting position. You can be doing sitting on a chair. That's no problem at all. We're going to do here a combination of movements to continue this moving the energy throughout the whole body. We're going to do this movement for you that you are sitting on the floor on your mat. We're going to do on a cross position, which is in Sukhasana. Here, I just want you to pay attention that your right leg is the second to fold, which means is on the outside of the position, or you have fold first your left and then your right. We're going to change that. If you are on the floor, if you are on a chair, you just sit on the chair with your feet in a parallel position. Really set nice on the floor. Remember to come from the outside of the back of the chair. You cannot use the back of the chair. And then sit there nice in alignment. Here you are on the floor exactly the same. You can move a little bit your glutes and really feel the sitting bones on the floor, the same for you that you are on a chair. And here we're going to start to do combinations of movement. We start rotating the body to one side and then the other. And then you will come back to the center. Then you come to the side. One side, center, the other side, and center. Then you're gonna stretch in direction to the ceiling. And then here you will contract your abdominals, controlling your descending, using your abdominals here all the way down. And then in the end of the movement, releasing. Hands close to your body and circular motion back. If you're doing on the chair, you can place your hands, when you move forward, you can place your hands on your thighs and really bringing the body doing exactly the same. The important in this movement forward is that your abdominals are in contraction, because we want to work with this front of the body, with the belly muscles. Then let's do it together again. To the side, twisting. Remember, this is a progressive movement, which means you're gonna be increasing the range slowly. Side, center, side, center. Stretching direction to the ceiling, abdominals here in contraction, abdominals working all the way in direction to the floor. Release your head, hands close to the floor, body, circular motion up. And then we start again. We're gonna put the breathing. Inhalation, twist. Exhalation, center. Inhalation, twist. Exhalation, center. Inhalation, side. Exhalation, center. Inhalation, side. Exhalation, center. Inhalation, stretching in direction to the ceiling. Exhalation with control, abdominals all the way in direction to the floor. Hands close to the body. Inhalation, back to the center. And then we start again. Inhalation, twist. Exhalation, center. In, twist. Out, center. Inside, out, center. Into the side, out, center. In, stretching. Out all the way down. In, circular motion, up, out, center. Then you're going to start again. You're going to continue doing this movement, working with a progressive range, which means you slowly observing how much can I come in direction to all of that directions, but it's slowly. Really respect the body. Really do not rush here. Really use the time and use your breathing. I will invite you for you now to start to enter in your own rhythm, which means you already know the movement. The movement is this. Now you know where to breathe. You don't need to be doing the motion in my rhythm now. Enter in your rhythm. Now is even nice if you can close your eyes and really enter into the breathing and into the movement together. Next time that you conclude the last cycle, you will just relax a little bit into the center and bring your attention, bring the mind to the whole body. Start to feel is immediately when we do yoga. Energy start to flow, and then everything seems that enter in a different frequency. Just feel, feel this vibration. They take a moment to simply recognize this new possibility. Bring your hands on the back of your pelvis. Let's stretch our legs for a moment, releasing the legs, releasing the knees. So being that in the cross position. If you are sitting on the chair also, you can bring a little bit of movement for your legs. And then we're going to come back to the same position. First the left and then the right. And here now we're going to work with stillness. We're going to hold now in every single part, in a few moments of this movement that we done a dynamic. We're going to start it twisting our body in direction to the right leg. We're going to hold here, and I'm going to go with you to the alignment of this asana. The first thing that you need to observe is that your spine is still holding its axis, which means you're not leaning the spine in any direction. The spine is rotating it in its own axis. That's the most important. And here let's go to the hands. The hand on your thigh is helping this rotation to happen. The hand behind you is helping you to keep this alignment without you contracting your shoulders in direction to your ear, the shoulders away from your ear, and you're looking in direction to the back as far as you can. Allow your breathing to be long and deep. Take a deep inhalation, and in the exhalation, release in direction to the center. Tip of your fingers in direction to the mat. Take a moment here, deep breath. Now we're going to work with the side position. We're going to bring the body in direction to the right side. When you work in the side position here, it's going to depend on your flexibility. You can bend your elbow if you reach the floor without elevating your pelvis from the floor. The pelvis needs to be kept on the floor. You don't need to bring your elbow. You can simply work here. Remember that this asana is working with this side of the body. That's what we are looking for, this muscle between the ribs. And we are looking with the whole side of the body. Then you're going to keep in the position that is comfortable for you and is stable. Your head, you don't drop your head. Your head is a continuation of the spine here. And work with your breathing, really bringing length and depth to this breathing. Inhalation and exhalation. Bring your arm first and then your trunk back to the center. Take a deep breath. Arrive into the body. Now we're going to take a deep inhalation, stretching in direction to the ceiling. Contraction of the abdominals. Abdominals here is all about the abdominals, nothing to do with the lower back. Really controlling. If this movement is too strong, bring your hands in direction to the floor and then control. If you can control the descending using your abdominals, you control all the way down. Then you rest your hands on the floor and then you release. Head and shoulders. Hands close to your body. Circular motion up. Use your hands, use your arms. Back to the center. Take a deep breath here. Really sitting within your body. The hands are coming on the back of your pelvis. You're going to stretch again a little shake, releasing your knees, giving the time for the articulations, for the muscles to recover. We are working with the whole legs, just being in the sitting position, working a lot with the pelvis too in this position. And now we're going to cross in the opposite way, which is first the right leg and then the left. Then your left leg should be on the outside of the position. Then you're going to start with the rotation, rotating in direction to the left and holding. Here the same alignments. Remember that you can do exactly the same movement on a chair if you're using a chair. Remember to release that shoulder behind you. Remember to keep the pelvis in connection with the floor, both sitting bones. What we are looking for is this rotation that is engaged by every single one of the vertebrae of the spine. Don't forget to move your head also in direction to the back. Inhalation and exhalation. Back to the center. Deep breath here. Allowing all of this energy to flow. All the emotions, all the feelings, all the thoughts. Everything in fluidity. Now we come into the side of the body. We're going to start to work now with the left hand on the floor or the left elbow. If you are in a chair, you just work here on the side. Your hand can be simply resting on your thigh. Find the position that's comfortable for you. Remember that if you are on the floor, you're not supposed to bring that pelvis away from the floor. Open here your chest. Really concentrate in the side of the body. Really bringing a nice opening to the side of the body. Release the legs there. And you're coming back, first your arm, then the body to the center. Inhalation, stretching direction to the ceiling, abdominals in contraction, control here all the way down, and then release. Hands close to the body, circular motion up. Once you arrive in the center, take a deep breath. And just allow yourself to experience yoga. And holding this new state of mind, this new vibration that is so subtle, so fragile, respecting this fragility. Let's go in direction to the floor to our relaxation posture, Shavasana. Remember to grab your blanket, your jumper, have your socks on you. I had my socks on me throughout the whole work. Very gently, you're going to start to lay down in direction to the floor. In this laying down position, the back is in direction to the mat. The back is in contact with the mat. You have your legs in extension, your arms along the body with the palms in direction to the ceiling. The chin is slightly in direction to the chest. The eyes closed. And we take together a deep inhalation. And we use the exhalation to release feet and legs. Deep inhalation. And we use our exhalation to release the pelvis and the trunk. Deep inhalation. And we use the exhalation to release shoulders, arms, and hands. Deep inhalation. And we release the neck and the head. Deep inhalation. And you use this exhalation to release this point on your body that for you is still holding tension. That is still not in coherence with your heart. Release your breath. Release your mind. Allow the sound to guide you. I am peace. Peace is within me. I am peace. Peace is within me. I am peace. Shanti. And the mind floats from the depth of the sound, from the gates of the heart, to the beauty of the physical body. And very gently, with a lot of kindness, we start to bring the movement, moving our fingers and our toes, moving our head to one side and then the other, stretching, expanding this energy, feeling, allowing this energy to fill each cell, each thought, each breath. We are concluding our work tonight with yoga. For you that you are coming with me in our progressive guided meditation that's going to start in a few minutes, take your time there in Shavasana. Make this transition with gentleness, with kindness. And for you that you are not staying for meditation, allow yourself to stay for a few moments now on the floor. I know that is amazing to stay there for a little bit longer. Then enjoy. Now in this new format, you don't need to rush. There is not a class, there is not other people. The teacher doesn't need to leave. Then enjoy. Take your time. I want to express to you my gratitude, more sincere gratitude for you to be here with me in this journey, sharing with me this journey. Keep in touch. Let me know how you are. And I am always here. I'm always here from Monday to Thursday. Then come to do your practice with me. Namaste. I'm gonna end this video now. And you know that in a few minutes we are back with our progressive guided meditation.